like kind of talk more socially about technique and stuff like that. But it's basically like a 30-minute free study period in our practice. And I think developmentally that's kind of important, even if even if like the 8-year-olds are playing dodgeball or whatever. But it's like, it's kind of like good for the high school kids just to kind of sit and talk, not on a clock, not like, your 2 minutes to drill your high crotch, his 2 minutes to drill his high crotch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Is that different? Like that lack of structure, is that different from the way that you trained when you were a kid?
I mean, I think the way I trained when I was a kid was like, at least like what I feel like I advanced the most was like, obviously I trained, like we had hard practice, right? We did it, but like I felt like it was like the extra sessions that were like, I guess not, I don't want to hesitate to say social, but it was like, I guess like open hours, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like we're talking about something, we're experimenting something. And then like, all right, tomorrow, my goal is going to be to like play with this tie up or play with this defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And try to steer the goals into that,
Do you now? One of the things that amazes me about you is you've been around the greatest coaches in the world throughout your life. I mean, Buxton. I mean, it's hard to argue. He's one of the greatest high school coaches in history, right?
Yeah.
Then you go to Iowa, right? And then you go to OSU. John's no slouch. Yeah. And then Terry, when you were at the Olympic team. I mean, yeah. You've been around.
I've been blessed, man. I always like got lucky in a way to be around like sound people and have like great advice. And those guys are famous, but I've had like great guys that people wouldn't even know too. But like I've been kind of lucky that way. Very lucky, very blessed.
Who made the biggest impact on you out of all your coaches?
It's hard to say. Like, I think I got impacted a lot by a lot of coaches, but I would say Roman Ruderman. He was the guy that I was saying like in high school was my main guy, but I've had a lot of impacts and all of them were substantial. Like I wouldn't say anything wasn't substantial, and that's like culturally and technically. I would say technically probably Roman, but socially I've had like a lot of great role models and coaches that I could draw from and be exposed to like their philosophies. So I don't know. It'd be hard to put a name out there.
Okay. You happen to be part of what was considered probably one of the greatest high school teams around. Did you know while you were at Blair that it was that special?
Yeah.
Did, huh?
Yeah. You could see, because like it was like everybody was because I came from St. Benedict's, and not that they weren't serious,
just different level.
It was just like, it was like, think about having like 10 NCAA wrestlers like ranked in the top 5 in your high school room, but they're just younger. They're not that age group.
Right.
That makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right. But they're like,
yeah, they're like NCAA All-Star match or NCAA top 5 level wrestlers. They're just younger in age than the NCAA wrestler. They're still kind of preparing and exposed to the right stuff,
Yeah. Hey, it's been hard for any team, not just Blair, but for any team to duplicate the type of success that you guys had since then. Now, I have my thoughts as to why.